So it's been about a week since we did the floor, and today I was working on the bed. The weather has not cooperated. As you can see, it's raining again. It's rained for days, and that's springtime. What can you do? But hopefully, my next go round, I'll have the bed complete, and then I can start working on the storage boxes. My granddaughter helped me out a little bit today. She took some of the video for the bed build part of it, just a little bit. The frame is done and the platform is almost done. I almost got that last piece secured with the hinges, but the skies opened up. So I had to put everything away and just hold off. I think it's probably going to rain the rest of the day. It's already after it's dinner time, so I might as well um, go home and eat. There's more on this build to come, so stay tuned. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to French Blonde Travels. I'm Renee. If you've been following along, you know I was doing the rock and roll bed, and I was having my son and my son-in-law help me do that. Well, I've changed everything, and now my older son is helping me, and I've remade the bed. The frame is better than what I had before, and it looks like it's a better design than what I was doing, a little bit more sturdy. And I know I said that I had the wrong wood. I got the right wood this time, sturdier wood, because that 1/4 inch plywood wasn't going to work for a rock and roll bed that was going to constantly be opened and closed all the time. So I got the frame part of it done. There's 3 of these, and then there's side rails that this is going to get attached to, and they're going to be on drawer slides, and I have the drawer slides. That's what I'm hoping to finish today, and also to get started on the storage boxes. The weather is crazy. It's threatening rain. I see terrible looking clouds over there, so who knows what we're going to get. But that's where we're at so far. I've sanded most of the frame. There's still a part of the rail that I have to sand, and the other rail I've finished sanding. And one of the things that I figured on doing when I sand is to just scribble on the board with a pencil and then sand it until all the pencil marks are gone. And that lets me know that it's, sanded mostly level. Um, this wood's not level. I don't have a planer, and I'm not going to level it. It's not a big deal. And it's not the greatest. I've had to do the little glue and sand or sawdust in some spots because, like I said, it's not the greatest wood. But if I do need to plane anything, my son is letting me know that he's got an electric planer. All this time I've been sanding. Um, I was complaining a little bit that my son-in-law broke the belt sander. Well, I broke the belt sander today, so now all I have is just a little orbital sander, but it's fine. I'm getting it done, and I have made a lot of progress in the last couple of days. So uh, hopefully you'll get to see a little bit more. I'll show you what the bed looks like once we get it all put together. So I had to go back to Home Depot. I had the wrong hinges. They were way too big, so I got new hinges. And we're going to try and put those on. Let's see if that works. Somehow I lost audio for this section of the video. So I'll just do the voiceover and get through it the best we can. That was Buster, their Boston Terrier. That's my son. So these are the 3 pieces of the frame, and they're made out of 2x3s, and they're attached together with pocket hole screws. I drilled pocket holes. They're so easy to do. So he's just putting the hinges on. He's having a little bit of difficulty, in seeing the vision in my head of what this bed is supposed to look like. So I'm trying to be understanding of that and let him take his time. He's measuring everything. I mean, he's thinking about where all the pieces of this bed are going to go and how these parts are all going to interact. So he doesn't want any problems with it, and not really, I don't have any plans for it. So he can't look at a set of plans and make sure he can do this. He's going in blind, and he's happy that this worked. The other hinges I had did not move that easily, and so I probably was going to struggle. So it was a good idea of him to tell me to get different ones. And so here I'm trying to explain that he's got to turn all three pieces over on the back side to attach the last hinge. He wasn't getting it, and I was like, well, it folds the opposite way. And then he finally was like, oh yeah, duh. So he does end up turning it over. Yeah, see, this is where he was like, oh yeah, I can't believe I didn't realize that. So yeah, he's getting it all together, and he's going to turn it over. I think he forgot a couple screws because he still just wasn't sure if this was all going to work. So I think he puts these last couple screws back in on this part of the frame. Yeah. I think Jen reminded him that he didn't finish screwing it all together. So he's testing it one last time, and it's going. And that's Kobe. Hey, Kobe. They named him after Kobe Bryant because that whole tragedy had just happened shortly before they got him as a puppy. So they named him Kobe. And he's nosy. He's into everything. He's always in your face. These hyper little tiny dogs sometimes, But anyway, my son's getting it all together. I think he's finally going to get that last part of the frame attached. It's actually not the last. There's a fourth piece. It acts as a stop. And that part we haven't even cut at this point. So he's getting it all together. And then there's going to be 1/4 inch that's going to go on top and fill in the gaps. I didn't do any routers or anything like that. That's all, too much for me right now. I learned how to do pocket screws, for crying out loud. I'm going to do router joints and dados and all of that. Not right now. That's, for more, I'm very, very, very amateur. That's for somebody who's a little bit more interested in it. But this is the side rail that we're putting together. And those are getting attached again with pocket screws. Bed's not glued together just yet. I still got to make sure that it all fits together right. I did see in some of the videos that I watched about how this bed goes together that sometimes you might have to trim off a little bit here and there. So nothing's glued. It's all going to be put together with pocket screws and fitted. And there's another reason, and you'll find out later. But I'm measuring on the bottom part of it the distance between the two risers that I'm screwing together, because underneath this bed is still going to be some storage, and so I'm measuring to make sure that those rails those risers are spaced right, and that the whole thing is the right height. So because the 2x4 on the bottom is on its side, and then the two risers are also from 2x4s, and those are placed on the side, so they're facing their widest, and then the 2x3 on the top is on its side.
So I needed to make sure that all those pieces were the right size. I mean, I knew what the 2x4 was. I knew what the 2x3 was. I just had to cut the risers to size. So to make the total distance from the bottom of the bed to the top of where I sit on the top of the mattress. That had to be all a certain height. So I didn't go into this without a lot of thought. I did think about this. So now all the three pieces are, well, it's more than three pieces there, but the rails and the bed frame are all put together, and I'm trying to show my son how they are gonna go together. But I can't really do it because the drawer slides are going in between each of them. So the drawer slides get attached to the side rails, and then the bottom of the slide, the part that slides out, gets attached to the bottom part of the bed frame. And then there's a stop that gets attached to the back part of the bed frame, that third piece. It gets attached to that, also on hinges, because that third piece has to hinge up and down. But it's going to act as a stop, and that gets attached to the rails. And so that's the whole bed, including the fourth piece, all put together so far. So we couldn't finish the bed yesterday because the drawer slides that I got don't come with any kind of bolts. So we lost our daylight, so I had to go to Home Depot today and get the proper bolts to attach the drawer slides. And that's what we're going to do today.
Where'd that go into?
Lots and lots of snags trying to find the right screw size. 3 trips to Home Depot, and we finally have the right size screw. So we're losing daylight, and we're going to call it quits for today. Snoopy has an issue. He's got to go to the mechanic. Mechanic's not open on Monday, and so I got to take him Tuesday morning. I can't install my bed into the van because I think my problem, or Snoopy's problem, is the fuel pump. And access to the fuel pump is located in the cargo area on the floor behind the passenger seat, which is where I want to install my bed. So we're going to take a couple days off so that we can get Snoopy straight. And then once that situation is resolved, then I can go ahead and install the bed in the van and finish building the storage bins that are going to go in the back here. So that's what we got for now. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye.